If you've ever watched a program on tiny houses or followed a YouTube channel like Living Big in a Tiny House, you would have noticed that the people being interviewed, the people who own these tiny houses, seem to be light. They're free of worry. I think people are drawn towards tiny houses because of both necessity and desire. The desire is fueled largely by freedom, and the necessity is that we no longer have upward mobility. Ever since the baby boomers, the 1950s and 60s, there has been no upward mobility. And what that means is that the next generation is not going to earn more than the previous generation. And with inflation, that should be a straightforward formula. But the reality is that the cost of living has gone up so much that youngsters these days are not going to own property. Tiny homes actually decouple property and housing. So, in a traditional sense, your house was tied to a property, to the actual land. Whereas now, the tiny house movement has shown that these two things can be independent. So now there's this beautiful scenario where someone can own a tiny house on wheels or a mobile container that can be moved. This new economy that's emerged, a new marketplace, if you will, that matches house owners to land owners. And so now in a toughening economic environment, you've got people who've got land, who've got space, that can derive additional income from that space by renting out an allotment to a person with a tiny house. And now a person with a tiny house doesn't have to own the property. In that sense, mobility is freedom. I think as humans, we want options. Whether we execute on those options or not, having options means that you are not tied down. What I love about what we've done here with our tiny home is that we've taken an old container, something that was retired, and we've given it a new lease of life. We've upcycled something that was going to end up on a scrap heap. So we've been very intentional with the design so that this can move. So the entire top story is fabricated as components that can be dismantled. And there's no one component that is too large to fit within the original container, meaning that we can insert everything in there, close it up, even the pergolas can fold down, and it can be put on the back of a truck, train, boat, ship, and off it goes to its new location. We are totally captivated by tiny homes, and we built this shipping container home as a tribute to the movement and as an opportunity for people to come try it out.